not their bikes, over them. And he would hand out little blessing stickers and salvation tracts. This next reflection is from one of Duane's closest friends, Melvin Frost, who so beautifully put into words what I struggled in my brokenness to write. Thank you, Melvin. These are his words. One thing I always loved about Duane is that he always seemed to have a smile on his face when others around him were worried or stressed. He always remained so laid back. He just enjoyed the moment and enjoyed his life. This made Duane a great person to be around. So I will miss his presence in my life. Duane's two favorite possessions were his motorcycle and his cell phone. Obviously, we're talking material possessions. He put a heck of a lot of miles on each one of them. One time when we drove our bikes around the Cabot Trail, Duane was out of cell phone coverage for a few hours. He didn't know what to do with himself. I can testify to that. I was there. I always wondered what cell phone withdrawal looked like. When we stopped for the night in a place with cell reception, he borrowed a second cell phone. And I have a picture of him sitting on the couch with a cell phone in each hand, texting simultaneously, with a relieved grin spread from ear to ear. Duane was always the most willing person I've ever met to lend a hand to his friends. When you needed help moving, piling wood, barbecuing hot dogs for your child's birthday, Duane would always be there for you. He would not just say he would be there, he would show up and help you as long as you needed him. Friends like that are few and far between. He was a great man to work with, walk with, and talk to. He always listened to what was going on in your life and gave you the encouragement to get through it. One thing I admired about Duane was how much he loved his family. I noticed that there was something special about the way he said Mom and the way he said Dad. I could always sense the fondness and warmth in his voice of that single syllable whenever he spoke of his mom and when he spoke of his dad. It was easy to perceive how much he loved them and how much they loved him. I never talked to Duane that he did not mention his daughters, Erica and Cynthia. They never left his thoughts for a minute. They were him as much as his own flesh, and he loved them with all that he was. I had admiration for Duane, and that he was a true husband. He always spoke well when he spoke of his wife, Kim. You get used to hearing people complain about their spouses, but not Duane. I know how much he loved her. I loved them being together. It was easy to see they were meant for each other. They reached strong when the other was weak, and I saw them hold hands and keep moving forward together when times get tough. I'm so happy that they both got to experience true love like that. Most of all, I admired Duane because he was a man of God. Just like all of us, he was not perfect, but he gave all that he had to his God. He loved the Lord, and he liked to be in God's house with his people. Duane had the heart of God. He cared so much for the youth of Pictou and dedicated a large part of his life to them. They could talk to him because he was open and honest and real. The big body with the bald head, goatee, tattoos. Could not hide the gentle, loving spirit that was Duane. What a guy. When I look back through photos I've taken over my life, Duane was in so many of them. He was a big part of my life. We did crazy teenage things together. We rode motorcycles together. He always came to my house to help me burn brush so the fire department would eventually show up with the blaze. He kept me out of trouble too often. We made fun of each other. We laughed together, we celebrated together, and we were sad together. We held each other to babies. He was my friend. I loved him and I will always miss him. Thank you, Mel. I believe that one of the things every person loved who knew Duane was that what you seen was what you got. He was real, he was proud of who he was, and he was extremely comfortable in bare feet, as is king. No sleeves, shorts, and a shaved head. And Duane proved that bald is beautiful. And he used that beauty to witness to everyone around him of his love for Jesus. The tattoo on the back of his head of Jesus. Duane will be remembered as friend, Dewey, Uncle Duane, my prince, brother, dad, babe, and son. Thank you, Eric, Verna, Cynthia, Erica, and Kim. Thank you for sharing Duane so many times when you needed him just as much as we did. Duane, we will remember you well. We'll miss you for just a little while, and then we'll soon be together again. I just want to share a verse with you. John 14:6. In that Jesus answered, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. And we are so glad that Duane knew Jesus. He lived for Jesus. And he found a way into his heavenly Father's arms